upset with you. And the reason I'm a little upset with you is because you know that this past person served you more as lessons. So if somebody tries to disrespect you, gaslight you again, or do things that don't sit right with you, you know how to set your boundaries. That specific person that you were dealing with, they're struggling with a lot of self-healing, a lot of mental things going on, that yes, they think about you, but if they were to walk back in, you're more in this mentality of, I'm sorry, you cannot offer me what I'm looking for, so I will be moving on to the next one. And I specifically also see that they see that. So let's dive into tonight's tarot reading. I cannot sleep, and when I cannot sleep, I do a love reading. The Queen of Cups and the Three of Swords reverse. Not only are you neglecting yourself at this moment in time, you are having a hard time healing from this past situation. But no, not really healing, more in the sense of you're having a really hard time trying to forget about them. It's like they're on your mind, you see their name, and you tell yourself, if I were to see you in person, I would literally punch you, right? And the Queen of Cups, it's not that you're neglecting your healing, it's that you're more in this energy of not understanding why it's been so long and they are still in your mind, right? That is the energy that I'm specifically feeling for you tonight. But I first want to specifically feel how you feel about them, and how then we're going to see how they feel about you and what they're thinking about you. Okay, Three of Pentacles, not reverse. Not only did this person cause you a lot of imbalance, I personally feel like their parents, no, your parents, your friends, your family members, they were all like, there's something off about them. Like there's something off about them, and I personally feel like you're not seeing the red flags. Or why is it that you're choosing to ignore the red flags, right? And honestly, it's more like it cost your friendships and your connections some sort of imbalances, with the Three of Pentacles being right here in reverse. And basically, these imbalances that ended up happening between you and your friends and basically your connections, they put you in a spot of you trying to figure it out. What specifically was it that was wrong with them, but you couldn't see it, right? And with the Page of Wands, I personally feel like you did find this person very attractive. I personally do feel like this person did make you feel good to a humongous extent, right? But I honestly do feel like you were ignoring a few of the red flags, and I feel like you weren't looking at them straight. We have the Nine of Swords right here, and it's like I'm telling you, I personally feel like at this moment you are in this energy of not really wanting something with them, not really needing them. But with the Nine of Swords right here in reverse, they're still in your mind, but not as much as before. But you still wonder to yourself, why are you in my mind? If I would not have let you in, I wish I could go back in time and not let you in, because I need some sort of relief from your thoughts. And I feel like you personally are getting that. With the Empress right now, I feel like you're having a very much hard time trying to become very independent within yourself. Okay, I want you to acknowledge that new beginnings are happening, change is happening for you, but you're having a really hard time specifically doing so. Okay? I want to specifically see how they're currently feeling about my collective. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles reverse. And then we have the Five of Pentacles right here with the Six of Swords. This person has a not a humongous ego, but they definitely do, to a certain extent, think that they're better than some people. Okay, and the reason I say that is because we have the Five of Wands right here, even though we have it in reverse. The Five of Wands right here, Five of Swords. Not only does it signify that they really, really struggle with mental battles, But with the Five of Swords, they are in this competitive mode. It's like they have always felt like they have to be better than other people, or they always try to make it seem if like they're better than other people, right? And they have this mentality of always wanting to be seen, basically always wanting to have the attention on them, and they're willing to fight for it. The thing about it is that with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, you were the one that kind of blocked them out of your reality. And the reason you were the one that blocked them out of your reality, it's because they were not offering you the stability that you were looking for, right? And to me, it honestly felt like you wanted an answer to know exactly what they wanted with you, or to know exactly what you guys were specifically, right? The reason being is because with the Queen of Pentacles, you started to focus more on your independence, and I feel like you did start to change, you did start to grow, and you were specifically outgrowing this person because you saw that some of their characteristics, after a while, it actually came true. Like what your family members, what your friends were telling you about them, you basically started to see that. And I feel like one of those things was always cutting you off. Like when you try to talk, they were always cutting you off, or they were telling you, hey, let me talk. Why are you interrupting me? Why are you trying to be better than me? They basically had this humongous strong mindset where thinking it was even you that was trying to get back at them for something. The Five of Pentacles right here, this person is not feeling okay in their reality right now. They're specifically feeling without any structure, or they could also waste money so crazy that they don't have any money left when they actually need it. With the Six of Swords, they're trying to walk away from this situation, but they're basically still carrying so much baggage from your situation and from past relationships, or specifically past connections. And I want you to acknowledge that the reason that you never felt right around them, or the reason they were never able to offer you specifically what you wanted, was because they were still holding on to a lot of energy from past situations. Okay? And I specifically do feel like they were definitely holding you down, or I specifically do feel like they were definitely putting you in a spot where you had to basically force to choose yourself with the Knight of Cups and with the Queen of Swords right here and with the Ace of Swords. It's like you really had a hard time cutting them off, and you had a hard time cutting them off because they were more like a lesson to you. And maybe it's not that you don't want to hear it, but to me it seems that they did make you become stronger, and they did teach you how to basically set boundaries for yourself, because for a hot minute you were failing yourself. And I'm gonna say like it is, I'm a little mad at you that you still think about them, right? Because this person served you more as a lesson. So if somebody tries to disrespect you, somebody tries to do you in some way that you know is not right, now you know when to call it out. Okay? I specifically could say that with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, they could be missing the nurturing side of you. Why? Because now you became cold towards them with the Queen of Swords. But you became cold towards them because they majorly disrespect you. And I'm talking about a lot of gaslight, to the point where you even question if you were actually right in some instances, right? I want you to acknowledge that with the Knight of Cups specifically even being right here, it could I don't really enjoy when this card comes out, because this card is a card of thinking about the past, right? Thinking about the past. It sometimes means reconciliation. But with the Six of Cups reverse, I feel like now you are more in this mindset of, you know, they can't offer you what you're looking for. And if they do show back up with the Knight of Cups, you specifically would not accept them into your reality because they cannot bring you what you are looking for in a relationship, and they were more of a growth propeller. With the Eight of Cups reverse, they could be having a really hard time not only moving on from your connection, but acknowledging that they have a lot of emotional hurt, and that's preventing their growth with the Queen of Pentacles, with the Eight of Cups, and with the Five of Pentacles, and with the Six of Swords. With the Queen of Swords, keep your borders, keep your walls up, because with the Knight of Cups, someone like this does not even deserve you in their reality, and it is Mercury retrograde, and this might hit hard.